morning, fellow paranormalers. It's a beautiful day today. Today is the 10th of November 2014. Sorry, I've just had an idiot in front of me. Yeah, very interesting. Oh wow, very beautiful day, autumnal sort of day. And I've just noticed, because we've had a bit of a rain shower this morning, an absolutely perfect rainbow in front of me. Amazing. Yeah, so what have I been thinking about and doing at the weekend? Thinking about quite a few things, but I thought I'd tell you a couple of little things to do about sort of paranormal stuff. I wanted to try and make my own EM pump, okay, and this is an EM pump that's got the magnets in it. Whether these things work or not, I don't really know. A lot of people use them. Some of them are actually ridiculous amount of money on eBay and Amazon and stuff, and I don't really understand why they sell them for £30-40 for an EM pump. I don't really know, when all they've got inside them is effectively a motor, a fan with some magnets on it, and it's just, spinning round. So anyway, yesterday I decided I was going to make my own EM pump. I didn't document it for the reasons quite funny really. So I've followed a lot of other people on YouTube about making their own EM pumps, and it looks pretty simple to do. I mean, I do a little bit of electronics, I tinker around, and I thought I'd make one. I made it a little bit too powerful. The thing actually vibrates across the floor. I had to wait until I actually use rare earth magnets, and very powerful rare earth magnets, and boy are they powerful. But yeah, so I made my little pump, and I might actually put a photograph of it up. But the thing is, it spins around and vibrates. It's obviously not balanced, and that's the problem. And that's going to be the hardest thing to do, is get the balancing of this thing. But yeah, it's quite funny. So I turn it on, and it would obviously work. I mean, it obviously works, but it's just too powerful. So anyway, I'm gonna make my Mark II model, which I already kind of had a design in my head anyway about making an EM pump, using some small fans, maybe a 5-volt fan rather than I think I used a 10-volt or a 12-volt motor and other things. So it's a little bit too powerful. It's quite funny. I might even do a small video of it actually working. It's just, believe me, it's funny. Anyway, something else that I've done, following on from an excellent small series that Mike Paranormal did, and his idea came from someone else as well, about using baby monitors. Now, I can from an electronic point of view, I can actually understand, in a way, why a baby monitor would work, because it appears that spirits need energy. And if they're not getting the energy from us, they're getting it from, I don't know whether they're getting it from EM pump. I mean, I did do a session last week, and I did actually ask whether anyone got any spirits got energy from these earth magnets, and I got mixed responses. Some said yes, some said sometimes, and I think actually one said not a lot. Now, I don't know whether they were. I might actually ask that in a more controlled environment. I happen to be testing out the Echo Vox on a new tablet. And the spirits that I'm communicating with, because I haven't been using it an awful lot, the spirits that I'm communicating with seem to be using the Echo Vox more. They didn't want to go anywhere near it when I first started. GB1, not a problem. I mean, from day one the GB1's been amazing, but the EchoVox has been a bit of a hard slog. Sorry, the sun's out today. It's beautiful. So, going back to the baby monitor, I've I'm bidding at the moment on 2 different types of baby monitors, and I think they're kind of old school baby monitors in as much as they're quite a few years old, and I'm guessing from the size of them that the amplifiers in them are actually quite big. I've read feedback about other more modern type baby monitors, and they don't seem to be quite as powerful. And also, they're so expensive. The modern baby monitors are just ridiculously expensive. So anyway, the baby monitor I won, very, very cheap. I mean, I won it for like £5.50 on eBay. Apparently it's good working order. So I mean, I'm quite actually curious to see that working. I'm gonna try and get that working. I don't use a spirit box, never have done. Although I'm at the moment bidding on a spirit box, an SB7, because I know that that's something that Mike Paranormal uses, and also an awful lot of other people use, and it seems to work. It's the EVPs I hear coming through it are actually really good. So, and the series that Mike did with the spirit box, apart from it, I really liked his experience with the Sheriff. That was really good. I mean, a bit scary, I'm sure, because it's something that's always in the back of my mind as well. When you go places, and you tend to be actually on your own, and you seem to have equipment. And sometimes people have said to me sort of certain things, and they're just inquisitive about what it is you're doing. And use your psychology. Just be very aware of what's going on. You have to use your own judgment about whether you really tell someone what you're doing, or whether you just give them, an answer that would satisfy their curiosity, and then they move on. So, I always sort of think you have to kind of be safe, just be sensible, be safe. But I did like Mike's experience. That was, that made me smile. I'm sorry, it was probably quite a scary thing, but the way you handled it was just brilliant. It was really good. But I'm impressed with the baby monitor. Really impressed with that. I think you're absolutely right about the technology. I think we do have to keep pushing. Especially in the last few years, technology has come on a lot, and we're using tablet technology, we're using Bluetooth technology, we're using radio waves, we're using spirit boxes, we're using radios that can do auto scanning. I pulled out a radio that I used to use before, and I also found an analog recorder that I used to use before, many years ago, and it's too old. The magnetic tapes are destroyed. There was so much noise you couldn't have heard anything. But I do remember my reel-to-reel. I was getting EVPs on that. It was actually good. But the technology is old. It's moved on. We're now in a very much a digital age, and I think we do. I think we have to explore pretty much anything that we think we can speak to spirits. And that's going to be one of my questions. One of my questions is going to be, like I asked about the earth magnets, I held the earth magnets in my hand, and I asked the spirits, can they get energy from them? I kind of got some mixed responses, but whether spinning them around on a fan makes a difference or not, I don't really know. Who knows? Maybe someone has actually asked the question. I don't know. It's all interesting. It is all really interesting stuff. And I just think anything that makes it interesting, and also two, helps us communicate better with spirits, then it can't be bad, really. And well, you know, whether it's like a homemade device or a really high technical device, or, you know, I think these things should be explored. You know, we should play around with them, see if it works. If it works, it's fine. Putting several things together, like Mike Paranormal's doing with the spirit box and the baby monitor. Who would have thought, you know? Somebody's obviously tried it. He got the idea from someone else, and someone else just probably thought, hey, let's just see if this works. I also thought about walkie-talkies. I've got a set of walkie-talkies, not particularly powerful, but they are pretty good. You know, I thought that's kind of the same idea as a baby monitor. There may be different electronics or something in a baby monitor that works. I don't know. I'll try it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Very short and sweet, and I shall see you again in another video.